coaching practice, I have a standard ending for each discussion with those I'm coaching. After spending time with a person, helping them reflect and clarify and understand what's working and not working in their work or their life, I end with a recap of, so what now? What actions will you take in light of this coaching session? There's many reasons I do that, but one that's important is that it pushes back against just scheduling the next meeting, the next session. Now, scheduling our next session, that's important, of course, but if no action is taken before the next session, maybe we're falling into what I call the meeting pit. Having meetings to discuss the next meeting and so on. Maybe you've been there. One thing I've learned from years of problem-solving efforts and projects and initiatives, and even these coaching engagements, is that we have to identify actions if we're going to escape the gravitational pull of just having another meeting. So any good meeting is going to end with a recap of the actions that will be taken before the next meeting. But I've also found that just identifying the actions is not enough. A good action plan answers 3 questions, and in answering those questions, it will provide clarity, accountability, and set the stage for effective follow-up. The 3 simple questions that are answered in an effective action plan are: who will do what by when? Who, what, and when. First, who. Often we just say we will do this or that activity, or that's okay, but is that me? Is that you? Is that some other person? If we just say we are going to do it, or maybe a department name, then when the review comes up, I'll say, I thought Paula was going to do that. And she says, no, I thought Lars was going to do that. And poor Lars is looking around for somebody to point his finger at. A wise project manager once told me, everybody's responsibility is nobody's responsibility. So a good action plan will name a specific person, not a department or a team, but a specific person's name. The second question, will do what? That's normally the easy part. So we'll skip that and look at the third question, by when. Too often, it's just left out. So first and foremost, be sure to ask for a deadline. Sometimes it's obvious, like we need it tomorrow. But often I find it best to let the person named in the who tell us the by when as much as possible. So asking when do we need it and when can you commit to having it done? Those are great questions to start negotiating your way to success. If we set a deadline, we're often less than specific about it though. We say things like ASAP, like that's going to drive us to go faster. I need that ASAP. It does communicate a certain urgency, but urgent for you might be the end of the week, and for me it might be the end of the day. So it's much better to be specific. If you want to have clarity and accountability, then state the action plan timing as a specific date on the calendar, and even a time on that date makes it even more clear. And this might sound like micromanaging, but it's really not. It's clarifying. Let me illustrate. We're working on a project and we have a regular Monday project meeting. So we end on Monday with a recap of action items, and I get an action item. Larry's going to get quotes from 3 vendors by March 10th at 5 p.m. So that's a good who, what, when. Now next Monday, let's say that's March 5th. There's no point in asking Larry about the quotes or any other action item that isn't due until after March 5th. If you do that, that's micromanaging. Now you might ask me, how's that coming? But what I hear, have you done it yet? There's really no point in checking on that until it's due, right? In general, you can ask, is everyone doing okay? Is there any updates on our future action items that we need? And that's empowering. That allows Larry to own the action item and own the responsibility of alerting us if something is not going to be on time. But if we answer clearly who will do what by when, then we can review that to know if we even need a meeting on the 5th. If there's no action items before the 10th, maybe meeting on the 10th or the 11th is the right time to meet, to discuss and reflect and process so that we can update our way forward. A clear who will do what by when plan allows us to make better decisions about when to meet and when to check in, what to review, and who should provide the updates. It makes our follow-up so much more effective. So how about you? Are you making good action plans? Are they clear about who will do what by when? If not, why not add those questions to your practice of creating action plans? Then when you do that, you'll be on your way to more clarity, accountability, and effective follow-up.
Hey, I'm Lars.
And I'm Larry.
And we wanted to invite you to subscribe down below, and you can get more videos like the one you just finished watching and other things that we're creating like blog posts and other value-adding content.
Yeah, I launched Improving Leaders after a decade of leadership consulting as a new focus for my business.
And we're calling it a learning community because that's really what it is. And to do that, we need people like you to be part of it.
Yeah, a learning community where we're all learning from each other, not just experts sharing ideas to be consumed.
And so those things that we're learning from each other might be experiments and problem solving, and all of these things we're hoping will add value to each other.
And these videos, they're just an entry point into that community, something we hope adds value to you.
So the invitation, join us, be part of it, begin adding value to other people by clicking that subscribe button. That's just your first visit. Maybe you go to our website, improvingleaders.org, and you find out more.
Thanks for watching.